In the previous section, we have found out that we have a very well-fitting measurement model with acceptable measurement properties. In this tutorial, let's modify this model by including path relationships between constructs, and let's begin to work on our structural model. Okay, so let's go back to our AMOS software. Now that we know that the measurement aspect of the model works, we can go to the structural model. To do that, as you recall, we need to remove all covariances and introduce the structural paths. Let me start by removing things. So let me just save things here. I'll save it as 5 construct CFA. Save. And now I'll save it again because I want to make out of it structural model. So I will save it as 5 construct SEM. Save again. Right, now I'm ready to remove the covariances. Okay, need to click here on the. I need to click 1, 2. And I am looking at our model as Barghouti suggested it to draw regression pathways. I am following the Barghouti model to add a path from motivation to job satisfaction, satisfaction to performance, verbal intelligence to performance, and self-esteem to performance. Couple of more jobs to do before this becomes a model we can estimate. Let's add error terms to the endogenous constructs, in our case job satisfaction and performance. Just check nothing else is endogenous, and all the exogenous constructs have to covary, so we will get covariance arrows to link all the exogenous constructs together. Right, finally, let's name the unobserved variables. Okay, check our data file. There it is. Okay. Analysis properties. Let's check in output whether we have ticked the 3 boxes on the top and modification index at the bottom. Yes. Close that. Okay, we have everything on the screen. Let's run this analysis. Right, have a look at the standardized estimates, and I can straight away see that there are some nice relationships here that are quite strong. Okay, let's go and check whether the results can be interpreted. So we'll start with model fit. 155, great. For the norm chi-square, 252 for the chi-square, great. Very decent level of some of the fit indicators, including CFI at 9.7. In fact, all the indexes here are quite good. And RMSCA at 0.43, very good, very decent result. I will have just a quick glance at modification indices to see if there is anything here. Oh yeah, one relationship here. The model suggests that there should be a connection between motivation and performance, direct link, not via satisfaction. I'll review it in a minute, but let me just have a look at the estimates to see what relationships are significant. Now, this is interesting. According to the significance level, there isn't a relationship between job satisfaction and performance. See, this P is above 0.05. There is also rather weak-ish relationship between self-esteem and performance. I'm just double checking that all the indicators for the observed variables remain significantly related to the constructs, and then go to standardized regression weights. What we have here is a moderately strong relationship between motivation and job satisfaction, very weak or statistically insignificant one, as we found out just a moment ago, between satisfaction and performance. Quite strong relationship between performance and verbal intelligence. Very good. So now we have a bit of a dilemma. Let me go back to the modification index of whether to improve or not improve this model, because we can, you see, have this link between motivation and performance. Let's go for it. Let's add this link. So close the output, and we will add, just going to save the file. We are going to add that pathway direct pathway between motivation and performance. See what happens then. Okay, calculate. And let's go to the output. Standardized estimates. Yeah, indeed. See, there is a 43 here, which is quite a decent relationship. Model fit. See, improved here, dropped from 1.5. All the indicators are up, including the CFI here. And how is our Ramsey? Oh, improved. It was 43, 0043 before. Now we have 030. And you will notice that the higher confidence interval at 90%, which was previously above 0.05, is now well below. So it's a fantastically well-fitting model, actually. Now that we have a very well-fitting model, let's pause here before we start interpreting and using the results. See you shortly. Bye.